It's been another busy day of campaigning for BC's main political parties. First to the NDP, David Eby is in Nanaimo, where the New Democrats face an uphill battle to hold on to 2 seats amid growing frustration over crime and drug use. Katie Rosa is the CBC's legislative reporter and joins us with more. Katie, what's the mood in Nanaimo?
Well, NDP leader David Eby is holding a rally here in Nanaimo, and he actually just a few minutes ago announced plans to add a new patient care tower at Nanaimo Regional General Hospital. It was a surprise announcement, and it got a standing ovation from people in the room. Eby says it's part of the NDP's focus on addressing ER wait times, which have been a source of frustration in Nanaimo, and improving healthcare services in the Mid-Island. I just heard from Nanaimo Mayor Leonard Krogh. He says that's enormous news, and a new hospital tower was on his wish list. I also asked him what people would like to see in the community, and here's what he said.
Looking for a commitment that's serious to deal with the street disorder, and that's a range of issues: mental health, addictions, trauma, brain injury, the homelessness crisis that flows from that, the petty crime that is used to feed addiction.
And now Krogh is a former NDP MLA. He has long called for involuntary care for people with mental health and addictions, saying it's inhumane to keep people suffering on the streets. And of course, Eby announced earlier this month that the government would be opening mental health beds at correctional facilities if he is reelected. That would provide long-term care for people with mental health needs.
And Katie, Nanaimo's 2 ridings have been redrawn. That sets the stage possibly for both these to be tighter battlegrounds. What are the other main issues and the candidates?
Well, the Conservatives are hoping to capitalize on public backlash to homelessness, crime, and open drug use. John Rustad pounced on news this week that the police had arrested several people drug trafficking outside of a Nanaimo safe consumption site. He says it's evidence that these sites, which he called drug dens, are havens for crime. Meanwhile, Krogh told me that he thinks NDP incumbent Sheila Malcolmson has a good chance in Nanaimo Gabriola. She is running against Conservative Dale Parker and BC Green Shirley Lambrecht. He also says that Conservative candidate Gwen O'Mahony has a good chance of winning the Nanaimo Lanceville seat. She's a former NDP MLA turned Conservative. She's running against George Anderson for the NDP and Leah Versayas for the BC Greens. So now John Rustad was in Prince George today announcing his plan to expand energy consumption or energy electrification in the northern communities, and we expect to hear more from John Rustad tomorrow.
All right. The CBC's Katie Rosa in Nanaimo. Thanks very much, Katie.